Yeah, dude, well, you just absorbed essentially a nuclear reactor.
Your friend's the Tinkerer.
How on earth would he know that?
It's not just that. Protecting New York is my job.
Ah, he couldn't say I'm Spider-Man there, because he doesn't yet believe it.
People get stupid when they care about someone. Like you're being stupid now.
Pretty foreshadowy. Because this is a superhero movie and they're already on opposite sides of things, they're probably gonna fight at some point. So now I'm meeting with Finn. Is he gonna do what his uncle suggests? Uncle Aaron suggested.
I went to your folks' old shop.
Why though? Surely he would know it was shut down. That might have clued her into the fact that he's Spider-Man.
The real reason is I've been taking on a lot more responsibilities than I can handle.
Ooh, the door closed at the same time that he lied. He wasn't open with her.
If you want my help, I'm all in. If not, no worries. Your secret is safe with me.
Nice, not being pushy. He pulled back a little bit and just extended the olive branch to let her make the decision. It's a manipulative move, but it worked.
You have to do this.
Dude, what? Jump from the balcony? Jump from a crane? What do you mean? It's snowing. He slips now and falls. Yeah, off of that? Fine. He should have broken everything in his torso. Suppose he's got super strength, right?
I feel like I've seen this guy somewhere.
He's in a full onesie.
Right now? Really?
Yeah, her wrist is in a cast.
Oh, and that was her fault. Using that as an alibi, that's pretty good. That's some madness. She doesn't really have any superpowers. She just must really trust her gear. Not got total mastery yet. Surely she'd be able to recognize his voice, right? That's what I've never got. On the edge, the figurative and physical edge.
Can we just...
You two on the roof! Freeze!
Why do they listen to you? Oh, she pulled a Batman. Oh, so he can't swing now. How's he getting down?
You're stressed.
They were on either side of the frame there. Okay, so they're leaning into the fact that he's a kid and that he needs to sort of like not just tunnel vision everything. Normally stuff like this feels really slow and like would hinder the advancement of the plot, but it sort of fits with who he is at this stage of his life. Yeah, he's about to get betrayed.
You don't have to protect me.
Someone should.
That was almost overly dramatic.
Thanks, Unc.
Stop saying that.
I can't. I made a promise.
Low angle shot makes him look really big in that frame, like really mighty. Electricity no longer works. That's cool, because you don't want every fight to feel the same, so you gotta find ways of changing it up.
You know, when her brother and I were developing new form,
All you did was put your name on the patent.
You set yourself up for that one.
At least I still got a pulse, babe.
but let's not dwell.
Playing evil is really interesting when they like make him sound really nice and friendly. That's a great way of doing it because it adds a layer to it.
I'm gonna get that mask off you. And I'm gonna find out what makes you tick.
Are you okay? They were gonna kill you.
No, they weren't, because Krieger wants to figure out how they can bioengineer whatever makes him him. Yeah, I didn't really get that, because Krieger wanted him alive, so they wouldn't have beat him to death.
You caught them together.
It's just reiterating stuff for the sake of advancing the story.
I think the word of two vigilantes is gonna convince people.
There's gotta be a way.
We're about to get the way. They opened the door as he said that line.
All the current new firm project data's on here. Toxicity reports, failed safety reviews, and Krieger's name's on everything.
That's convenient.
Krieger updated the reactor. Tried to supercharge it to make his deadline.
He's literally just saying this stuff for camera. That sort of stuff is like lazy writing.
Helpless.
Dude, why do you want her to kill you? What do you have to gain from that? Did she just kill him? The shop being upside down is cool. It's like the world just got turned upside down. You just came in through the front door. Do your neighbors never look out the window?
What are you wearing?
I have to tell you something.
It's cool that they were not in the same shot for that. We weren't sure if they were going to be on the same page.
You could have died.
Ah, but so could you. So now she's going to have to feel the same way he felt about her being a politician.
And the other Spider-Man's gone. I just keep making things worse.
Okay, so he's not technically said he's Spider-Man yet, but he's saying that the other Spider-Man is gone. So we're starting to believe it more. So, yep. we're nearing the end of this. Pretty good so far. I love how the headline of this video is probably going to be Screenwriter Reacts, and that's about the extent of the commentary I can offer right now. Real articulate, Joe. Way to really be insightful.
Maybe you could hack Oscorp surveillance towers, or I'm in.
Wow, that's like record-breaking hacking skills right there.
Gonna take some time to work on music when this is all over.
Oh, he's got posters and stuff up on the walls now. Ah, to show that time has passed. That's clever. I didn't pick up on that initially. But a neon sign of coffee? Come on. I mean, I love coffee too, so I can't really judge, but I'm not running my electricity bill up.
Not sure a pre-hero wing snack is the best idea right now.
Really? I would have thought eating beforehand would be essential, like an energy bar. You're about to go swinging through the city, dude. Yeah, I mean, this is just a dead giveaway to all of your neighbors. Did he just...
Sorry about this, nephew.
Told you they were gonna fight.
Let Krieger and the Tinkerer kill each other. Go back to being Spider-Man when the heat dies down.
It's not the game.
I don't get to pick and choose when I'm Spider-Man.
Oh, so he said it. They should have saved that for the ending.
You underestimated me.
Ooh. He's becoming confident in his abilities now.
But no,
Don't ever start a sentence with "damn it." Aaron Sorkin 101.
I'm the only one trying to save you.
Oh yeah, that's saving him. I was just because they're gonna try and get the
Come on, molasses.
energy converter now.
It'd be nice to find something mutable.
Look at you breaking out the fancy vocab.
I mean, he's a scientist. He's gotta know a couple of those words, right?
Take it. Don't let anyone see.
You're just gonna lift it off the exhibit? What?
Sorry.
All good.
Oh, it's Peter. He's blonde here, though. Was he that blonde at the start?
Do you think you can handle it? With enough time and a lot of coffee? Absolutely.
Millennials love coffee.
Perfect for tricking a light-sensitive lock.
You want to keep your voice down, maybe? They got issues with announcing their plans to the entire room in this story. Dang, nobody's looking at them? Just crouched by the door? Where's the security footage? Especially with all this innovation going on, surely they would watch that.
I'm gonna miss doing stuff like this with you.
Crime?
Hey, Dad.
Hey, Miles.
Hi,
The
Mr.
security
Davis.
guard.
It's not a big deal.
It's totally a big deal.
There's almost too many pauses between certain lines of dialogue in certain sequences. It kind of pulls you out of it a little bit.
Our project.
So they full-on built something that could convert, like, trash into energy. I gotta patent that idea.
You gotta be in it too. You helped us get it working.
So because this moment is really nice and, like, wholesome, the next scene is gonna be a juxtaposition of that, just to really emphasize everybody being at opposing ends of an ideology. Yeah. Music's changed, a little bit more ominous. She's gonna come in and we're gonna see them not being friends. Yep.
Listen, hey. We need to get out of here. I can only carry some of you.
And the clock starts ticking. We're in the final act now. I think we were in the final act at the start of the Science Center, though.
We'll get people clear.
Okay, so Mom and Uncle are talking, so that might foreshadow them all being together at the end.
Check every door. We don't leave anyone behind.
Who's not looking out the window and seeing that this is going on, though?
Not gonna let you lie to me again!
It's cool, it's because they're leaning into a decision Miles made earlier when he lied to her, and, like, we're actually seeing consequences for his actions. Oh, that was a bit of an homage to Dark Ark, wasn't it? That claw. Except, see, so now we're in the red, so this is the fight, the finale fight. Opposite sides of the frame. People are not on the same team. Her fist was closed, right? You see that? She had a clenched fist and his hand was open. He's not really wanting to fight, but feels he has to in order to save everybody.
I don't want to
Yeah.
fight.
Why would the explosion happen up there, though? Surely the whole building would have exploded.
Look, the reactor's still going critical. Soon we won't be.
We should have seen her break free. That was a bit of a jump cut. It's cool that they're, like, in order to change the interaction of the fight every time, they're, like, doing different things with the building. Like, before it was a red room, now it's destroyed, and we have the reactor in the background. On the edge again. This time she's not gonna hold back. Yep.
Why do you keep fighting?
Because
I'm seeing parallels with Thor Ragnarok.
Spider-Man.
Yeah, there you go. But he shouldn't have said it earlier when he was fighting Prowler. They should have saved it more for this. But that scene in Thor Ragnarok where Thor and his sister are on the edge and then he's like, "Tell me, brother, what are you the god of again?" Oh, she's gonna see the error of her ways now.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did he catch himself before he hit the ground? What is the extent of the damage his body is able to take? That's pretty ambiguous. Because Spider-Man actually got beat up to the point where he wasn't able to move versus Rhino at the start of the game. And he didn't fall from whatever that was, 20 stories. He's about to absorb that whole reactor. This is cool because it shows the extent he's willing to go. He's sort of, you know, struggling to even walk, and he's still trying to do the right thing, protect everyone else. Testament to a character. Someone who doesn't give up, even when they fall in 20 stories. She sees herself repeating the same mistake because she blames herself for what happened to Rick, and everything that she's done since then has led to Miles having to essentially do what Rick had to do. So that's interesting. So they might incorporate that into her decision making. That's a sick shot.
Get them far away. I can't hold this in
Oh yeah, because it's gonna blow up like it did before, and everybody's gonna... Oh yeah, so she's gonna make the sacrifice play. That's one hell of a redemption arc. She got super speed? So I don't know where that footage actually cut out, but I'm just going to do a brief summary of what I've just seen. So Finn basically saw Miles in a position where, because of her actions, he was basically being put in the same situation that happened to her brother, which she blamed herself for, where he had to, you know, try and destroy the reactor. That's what those parallels were. And sort of, you know, coming to that realization and seeing the error of her ways, she made the sacrifice play and saved everyone by taking Miles up into the sky so he wouldn't, you know, so the blast radius wouldn't affect as many people. I mean, I don't know what it did to the ozone layer. I can only imagine that there's going to be some acid rain or some sort of toxic snow happening there for a little while, but, you know, it's a little less immediate than just being vaporized by all that energy. I like how subtle it was because they didn't really go overly expository with the dialogue about it. They just kind of had the events unfold visually, and I think given that a lot of what they've been doing has been like summarizing stuff that has just previously happened, but he's fallen out of the sky twice now. I want to know what the extent of his like durability is, because he fell 20 stories out of the building, was launched into the sky, blew up, and then fell like from an even further height, and he's still just like coherent in terms of being consistent with the damage that the heroes are able to take. Spider-Man was down for the count and like fully unconscious at the start after a battle with Rhino, and didn't even really, you know, he didn't fall from any drastic height. He was definitely getting thrown through walls and stuff, but I still feel like this is a little bit more intense or stuff like that, just from a screenwriting standpoint. I would be asking the questions at least, but having just fallen from these heights, he's now basically... What am I saying? He doesn't have his mask on and everybody's around. We're going to see a testament to the gratitude of the people now. I'm guessing they're going to be very, very supportive and on his side, having just saved them all. Mom's supportive. Mom's staying true to the principles that she tried to impart on him earlier. Got the majestic shot. That's a pretty badass shot.
We'll take care of them.
That dude was the painter. That was the guy painting the mural at the start. Oh, so we might bookend that mural. They might have Miles up on that wall now. Bookending is when you see like a scene in the first act get mirrored in the second act over the start changing that.
They're deep fakes! You understand?
Deep fakes.
Aaron Davis, aka the Prowler, flipped on him and Roxxon.
The journalists say flipped. There we go. Bookending it. Oh, and we're gonna get him the coffee, because he couldn't drink coffee at the beginning, and we haven't seen him be able to drink coffee upside down yet, so that's gonna happen as well. And he's embraced Harlem. He's like, for someone who didn't want to move there, he now feels like he's got people there. Spidey's back. Look at that. Or Peter. Yeah, the coffee. And the final swing. Bigger than Spider-Man games. We got them side by side now. That's cool. So, final thoughts. They bookended everything pretty well. The story was clearly Miles going from sort of early doors with his powers to being a more competent and self-assured hero by the end. Kind of got to see the connection that the characters had in the first act with how their relationship, there was a very clear change between that and the final act with how the relationships changed. Everything that was included was resolved for the most part. Except for Rhino. They left that pretty open-ended, I suppose, to kind of really illustrate the change that Finn's character went through, and then not totally close him out from coming back in future games, which I get from like a business standpoint and Insomniac, you know, not wanting to limit their characters they can incorporate, but it felt a little kind of ambiguous, which I guess is fine, you know, stories can do that all the time. Yeah, but you know, we saw him walking on the street in the first act, we see him walking on the street a little bit happier at the end. I mean, it would have been kind of cooler to see him, I don't know, a little bit more out of touch with Harlem in that first walk. I mean, he's looking around at it pretty surprised and kind of like taking it in, so it suggests he was a little new there, but they were trying to hint at the fact that he didn't really feel at home there yet. So maybe kind of having him be a little bit morose in that first bit would have better helped it pay off at the end, where he had that walk to the street where he was dancing and being a little bit more, you know, connected with everyone. It feels like a lot of people know who Spider-Man is in Harlem now, but they're, you know, sort of on his side, which is all well and good until he doesn't save one person that knows, and then all of a sudden that dude's knocking on his door like, hey man, where were you? I got my ass beat in an alley the other night and you weren't there. And then they might reveal the identity, so that would be kind of interesting to see if they incorporate that storyline into any follow-up games. That would be kind of a cool take on it, just with what they've set up already. But yeah, no, I really enjoyed that. Thanks for watching. I hope you've learned something. If not, I mean, this was free, you know. Thank you everyone for watching. You know, this game is pretty close to my heart, as you can imagine. This is actually the holiday that I was on at the start of the game. It was really just an excuse for me to review Miles's game. I have a couple notes myself. One thing, I didn't realize there was a camera on that rooftop when Miles and I were having a discussion. I would very much like to just to talk to the guy who was filming that, because that was pretty impressive, and he has given away our secret identities, so maybe that wasn't the best thing, you know, just in terms of maintaining some sort of vigilante status. So you've really hindered my ability to do my job, which I can't say I'm totally pleased with, but you know, being the hero, I kind of have to take the moral high ground on this one. That's just that's a pun for people who can fly. I can't fly. I don't know why I said that. I'm just a little flustered right now. It's you know, it's been an emotional few weeks. This really hurts my nose.